My child, stop and listen with your heart. There is a reason you are hearing this now. Heaven has leaned close to your timeline. The angels have placed their hands upon your moments, and the universe has paused your scroll so you would not miss this turn. This is not random. This is a sensitive spiritual window opening in front of you like a door you did not see until the light changed. I am interrupting you because the calendar of your spirit has just flipped, and I do not want you to walk past your own answered prayer. Hear me, your waiting season has ended. What you asked for has already begun arriving. It may not roar at first. It may whisper. It may not arrive with a trumpet. It may arrive like the quiet light before sunrise that changes the room before you see the sun itself. But do not be fooled by subtlety. Subtle does not mean small. Subtle means sacred. The shift is real, and it is already unfolding in the unseen and pressing into the seen. Stay with me until the very end of this transmission. Do not disconnect. To scroll away now would be like hanging up the phone at the exact second heaven answers your call, like turning your head as the treasure chest opens, like tearing up a winning lottery ticket because you did not recognize your own numbers. Attention right now is obedience. Presence is partnership. You have reached a volatile, holy moment where your agreement keeps the gate open and your focus keeps the pull strong. I am going to mark your path with 5 proof signs so clear that your spirit will nod before your mind has language. They will escalate in clarity so that by the last one you will not question whether the arrival is real. You will simply walk in it. And I will show you how to protect what is landing, how to discern the counterfeit that loves to show up right at the border of breakthrough, how to close the leaks where old patterns try to siphon your new peace, how to align your frequency with what I have already released. Breathe, chosen one. The pressure you felt was not punishment. It was preparation. I slowed you so I could line you up. I paused your lane so your life could merge with my timing without collision. You did not miss it. You are on time with me. Let this certainty settle your nervous system. The answer is here, and it will not require you to betray your peace, to keep it. Stay, listen, lean in. Something huge is waiting for you on the other side of this message, and it has your name woven through it. My child, hear me now and let this settle the ache that has been throbbing beneath your brave face. The silence you endured was not a no. It was a holy hush while I rearranged pieces you could not yet see, a sacred quiet where angels moved logistics, hearts were softened, doors were rekeyed, and timelines were braided together so that when you stepped forward, you would not collide with what was never meant to hold you. I placed you under a canopy of stillness, not as punishment, but as protection, so the seed I planted in you could take root without predators circling your sprout. Stay with me until the very end because I am revealing the mechanism that was at work. I set a divine timer over your request. I would not let premature connections masquerade as covenant. I would not allow premature money to fund old patterns. I would not place premature responsibility on shoulders I was still strengthening. You cried, "Why not now?" And I answered with an unseen shield. Because I refuse to bless you into burnout. I refuse to advance you into anxiety. I refuse to answer you in a way that costs you the very peace I am sending as your proof. I see the places where the silence scraped you raw, the fatigue of praying the same prayer, the nights where loneliness pressed on your ribs like a weight, the gnawing question, "Did you forget me?" The calendar squares you stared at while nothing changed, the messages you didn't receive, the invitations that never came. I name it because I was there in it, counting your tears like currency, storing them as interest against the joy now accruing. Hear me, you were not overlooked, you were overseen. Your outcome has been approved in heaven, stamped with my yes, and scheduled to collide with you without requiring you to beg for what already bears your name. Understand how my kingdom moves. The download arrives before the package. The inner calibration precedes the outer confirmation. I whisper peace into your nervous system. I slide new boundaries into your spirit. I tilt your appetite away from chaos and toward quiet, and then the door swings. The shift begins invisibly, like light changing the room before you see the sun, so you won't confuse spectacle with substance. This is why I asked you to notice the subtle. This is why the first breeze touches your face before the storm of blessing breaks. And hear this soft but serious warning, chosen one. Transition points are targeted. When the delay breaks, distractions intensify. The enemy loves a threshold. Counterfeits sprout when the true fruit is ripening. Old attachments ping your phone just as new alignment knocks at your door. Anxiety will attempt to narrate speed as scarcity, hurry, or you'll miss it, to push you back into striving. Do not bite that hook. Stay anchored in the peace I am placing in you, because that peace is your passcode. I am setting your frequency now, so what is real recognizes you, and what is false cannot sit in your atmosphere. Hold your gaze. Breathe with me. The silence has finished its work, and the timer has turned. Now listen closely, my child. Here is proof sign number 1, the first confirmation I promised you. Your desire has been purified. Feel it even now as I name it. You are no longer impressed by charisma that costs your calm, no longer magnetized by chaos that calls itself chemistry, no longer seduced by intensity that leaves you empty. Your spirit has shifted frequencies. Where you once chased the spark that burned you, you now crave the steady flame that warms you. Where you once mistook adrenaline for love and noise for significance, you now want truth more than theatrics, presence more than performance, substance more than spectacle. Peace has become your new compass, and this is not a small preference. It is the announcement that your season has turned. In the old cycle, trauma did the choosing. Your yes was often a bandage over an old wound, a reflex instead of discernment, an audition for approval you already had with me. You tolerated imbalance because it mirrored what you'd survived. You waited for chaos to settle instead of choosing what came settled. You carried conversations, paid for attention with your anxiety, and called it connection. But watch what is happening in you now. Wisdom is at the wheel. You detect off-key energy sooner. Your nervous system refuses to negotiate with red flags. Your body speaks no faster than your mouth. You are uninterested in being impressed. You are interested in being at peace. This is me, recalibrating your appetite so that when the arrival stands before you, your spirit will recognize home instead of history. Take this mini self-check and let it witness to you. Notice how what you tolerate has fallen to the floor. The late replies that toy with your dignity, the invitations that come without respect, the opportunities that require you to shrink. Notice how your prayer has grown simpler and stronger. Lord, give me what is mine and let it be peaceful. Notice how your boundaries feel holy, not harsh. Your no is clean. Your yes is no longer negotiated by fear. Your calendar reflects rest without apology. You want consistency, clarity, and kindness. You want conversations that land softly, plans that keep their word, doors that open without you pounding. You want to be chosen in daylight, not pursued in shadows. This is not you becoming picky. This is you becoming aligned. Understand why this matters. I end a season by changing your appetite. Before the phone rings, before the door opens, I purify the want so the right thing can fit without friction. Your yes has been rinsed. It is quieter, lighter, truer. This purified desire is your first proof that what you asked for is already pressing in. because only arrival pressures an upgrade like this. Stay with me, because the next sign will confirm this isn't imagination, it's movement. Keep listening. I am about to make the weight lift before the package lands, so your peace can greet it at the door. My child, feel this with me. Here is proof sign number 2, the sudden lightness. You will wake and notice that the heaviness is not sitting on your chest the way it used to. The breath in your lungs is not labor. The day does not loom like a wall. You will notice your mind reaching for an old ache and touching air. You will make coffee and, without fanfare, realize the knot is gone. No external headline announced it. Nothing dramatic changed around you, but the atmosphere changed within you. This is not denial. This is spiritual weather shifting. The storm has already broken, though the sun is not yet fully visible. Pressure has dropped. Clouds are thinning. The wind that once pushed against you is now at your back. Stay with me. Do not talk yourself out of this gift by calling it just a good mood. This is strategy from heaven. I promised I would make the weight lift before the package lands, so your peace could greet it at the door, and I am doing it now. What you are sensing is the new season pressing into your field so strongly that it dislodges the residue of the old. Think of it like this. I have changed the magnet in your spirit. The pull that kept attracting you toward what drained you has been reversed. Your nervous system is no longer volunteering to be a stage for chaos. Your mind is no longer rehearsing conversations with those who could not hear you. The angels have been re-anchoring your frequency while you slept, and you are waking into the evidence. Hear this part carefully. This lightness is tied to closure, but it may not look like reconciliation. I am not asking you to reopen doors I helped you close. I am ending the emotional invoice you kept sending to people who never had the currency to pay you back. Forgiveness in this moment is not the performance of reunion. It is the quiet decision to stop auditioning for validation. You will feel it as a holy unhooking. Your heart no longer yanks when their name appears. Your body no longer braces when that subject rises. Your calendar no longer rearranges itself around their shadow. You bless, you release, you step back. This is not coldness. This is clean. Recognize the subtle miracle. You are less reactive. The text that used to spike your pulse lands and your peace does not spill. The comment that once drove you to craft paragraphs of proof now meets a simple boundary or no reply at all. You are less tempted to chase explanations from people who never offered clarity, less tempted to purchase love with over-functioning, less tempted to sprint after closure that I have already given you internally. Your restraint is not fear, it is healed power. Your quiet is not weakness, it is wisdom choosing where to spend its voice. Mark this in your spirit. Within the next 72 hours, you will notice one thing that used to hurt you no longer controls you. It may be a song that once punctured you and now just plays. It may be a street you avoided that you drive down without the tremor. It may be a date on the calendar that arrives and passes without the familiar sync. It may be a name you hear in a room and your stomach does not drop. When it happens, do not minimize it. Smile with me and say, the storm has broken. Guard this lift. Do not call the clouds back with curiosity, scrolling through old memories, with reaching for what I released, with narratives that argue against your own freedom. Agree with me out loud, even softly where you are. I release them. I release that version of me. I choose peace as my proof. As you agree, the lightness roots deeper. This is not fragile. This is establishment. The weight left because the new season is already pressing in. Walk lighter now, precious one. Stay with me, because the next sign will trail you like breadcrumbs, names, numbers, and melodies woven into your day. so you cannot miss what is already moving toward you. My child, lean in now. Here is proof sign number 3, the divine trail. Stay with me until the very end, because if you scroll away from this message, you might miss the subtle sign that confirms the next step. I am laying a sequence of markers along your path so personal, so precise, that your spirit will recognize me in them before your logic catches up. Repetition is heaven's highlighter. When you begin to see the same numbers, the same initials, the same phrase, the same melody pulsing through unrelated moments, understand, the arrival is already in motion, and I am guiding your attention to meet it on time. Hear how I work. Your mind can argue, but your spirit recognizes rhythm. The angels use repetition to glide past your skepticism and land truth in your core. Expect coded identifiers to thread through your day, recurring numbers like 1111, 222, 444. At the exact second you ask, "Is this real?" A pair of initials that mirror the name tied to your restoration assignment. A phrase you prayed in secret, echoing back through a song you did not choose. You will find yourself in a moment where the lyric answers your private line, where the billboard on your commute holds a word you journaled last night, where a stranger's conversation beside you at the market completes the sentence you were thinking. This is not random. This is the divine trail. Watch how it appears in the ordinary. A barista writes a name on your cup, the very name that nudged your heart this morning. A license plate idles in front of you with the initials and numbers you just dreamt. A notification pops up at the precise second you sigh, "I'm tired of waiting," and it simply reads, "Delivered." You open an email, and the subject line is the exact 3-word phrase, "You wept to me last week." Your total at the register rings $77.77 on the day you asked for confirmation. The podcast you randomly tap plays a sentence that repeats your hidden fear and then answers it. These are alignment markers, not superstitions. They are not demands to perform. They are invitations to pay attention. Understand the purpose. I am not training you to chase signs. I am training you to follow peace. The signs do not replace discernment. They reinforce it. They keep your frequency tuned so you do not wander back to old patterns while the new path is forming under your feet. When it is from me, you will not need to contort your life to make a coincidence mean something. The trail will come to you again and again from multiple directions without you forcing it, and it will land with calm rather than frenzy. Let the repetition confirm what your purified desire and your lifted heart already know. When you notice these markers, participate simply. Whisper, "I see it and I agree," and let the agreement settle you instead of speeding you up. Note it privately, smile with me, and keep walking. No striving, no superstition, just attention anchored in peace. Mark this with me now. Within the next 24 hours, at least one trail marker will surface as a direct echo of a private prayer. Within 72 hours, 2 independent signs will converge, numbers and a name, a lyric and a phrase, so you cannot miss it. Stay present. Do not disconnect from this transmission now. Repetition is heaven's highlighter, and your path is already lit. My child, stay with me until the very end of this, because here is proof sign number 4, and it is both a warning and a mercy. The counterfeit shows up right before the real breakthrough. Do not be rattled when a familiar X appears in your messages with polished apologies when a glittering almost offers fast affection without foundation, when a quick opportunity waves a deadline that makes your chest tighten. This is a pattern at thresholds. As the door unlocks, distractions line up like decoys, hoping you will spend your new clarity on an old cycle. The enemy loves a doorway. Old gravity tries to pull you back into its orbit at the exact second your trajectory changes. If a counterfeit is near, take heart. It often means the real thing is even nearer. Hear why it happens now. Your frequency has lifted. Your appetite has changed. Your peace is visible in the spirit. That shine attracts both what is aligned and what hopes to harvest your progress. Tests arrive to measure what you actually value now: peace or pattern, wholeness or habit, clarity or chaos. This is not to punish you, it is to confirm you. I allow the counterfeit to knock so you can feel in your body how different your yes has become. Here is your discernment in plain light. Peace versus panic. When it is me, your nervous system exhales. When it is counterfeit, your stomach knots and your mind rushes to solve what should be simple. Consistency versus intensity. The real builds quietly, keeps its word, returns tomorrow with the same tone. The counterfeit burns hot, dazzles day one, then flickers, then asks you to chase its flame. Clarity versus confusion. The real offers transparent intentions, clear next steps, daylight availability. The counterfeit speaks in riddles, shifts definitions mid-sentence, hides behind timing and someday. Fruit versus fantasy. The real brings observable kindness, follow through, respect for boundaries, tangible peace in your home and calendar. The counterfeit feeds you projections, love bombs your mind while starving your life of actual stability. Beware false urgency. If a path forces you to abandon a boundary to keep it, it is not your blessing. If you must mute your intuition, sprint past red flags, spend your peace as the price of admission, that door is not from me. Pressure that threatens scarcity. Answer now or lose me. Decide by midnight or the deal dies. Prove your loyalty by breaking your own rule. Is not love, it is leverage. My gifts do not expire in panic. The right opportunity will withstand your slow, steady yes. I give you this safeguard. Hold your frequency steady and the counterfeit will expose itself quickly, within 48 hours. Do not scramble. Simply keep your boundary, maintain your pace. Ask your clarifying question, sleep on it. Watch. The mask will slip, an inconsistency will surface, a plan will crumble under light. Your no will be met with contempt instead of respect, or your body's unease will not resolve. When exposure comes, you do not owe a courtroom performance. Bless, release, close the tab. Your peace is your passcode, your boundary is your bouncer. Take courage, chosen one. A counterfeit near you is often proof the real thing is near. Discernment keeps the door clean. Guard your yes, keep your pace. The next sign will not demand a sprint. It will open with the effortless yes I have prepared, and your peace will know it when it stands before you. My child, lean in. Here is proof sign number 5, the breakthrough evidence I told you to expect. A door opens with minimal striving. Feel the shift from pushing to receiving as it begins even now. Where you once sent paragraphs to earn a reply, messages return without you chasing. Where calendars used to fight you, time pockets appear as if they were waiting for you. Where you were forcing introductions, an introduction arrives through a friend of a friend without you orchestrating every string. You will notice that the pieces you tried to glue together in a previous season now click into place like a puzzle that has found its corners. This is not luck. This is alignment taking visible form. Understand the texture of this moment. The effortless yes does not buzz with panic. It is calm, clean, and strangely simple, like a key turning on the first try, like a door that swings open without the squeal you braced for. Your mind is not split screen arguing with itself. Your body is not bartering away its boundaries to keep the momentum. The path feels responsibly light. There is clarity in the air, room in the timeline, kindness in the terms. This is how you know it is me delivering. Your blessing will not require you to betray your peace. Apply this to relationship and watch how the difference announces itself. The right person does not require you to shrink to stay. You tell the truth and you are not punished. Your pace is respected. Daylight availability replaces mystery. Plans are made in sentences, not riddles. They listen without leverage. They show up without theatrics. They return tomorrow with the same tone. You notice that your nervous system settles around them. Your laugh returns, your sleep deepens. You stop rehearsing defenses in your head. Simple does not mean small, it means stable. Love like this will not demand that you abandon yourself to be chosen. Apply this to opportunity and provision as well. The right door does not ask for your integrity as a down payment. The timeline is breathable. The scope is honest. The compensation reflects your value without a tug of war. Paperwork arrives ready. Approvals move faster than you planned. Support appears at the right moments. Someone forwards your name, a previous seed you sowed. Suddenly flowers. We've been expecting you replaces the we'll get back to you. You are not hustling your soul into exhaustion to keep what fits your life with dignity. Hear me. Arrival is not a single explosion. It is a sequence. First alignment, your desire purified, your weight lifted. Then contact, messages returned, doors ajar. Then confirmation, the repetition of signs, the fruit of peace, the consistency that builds. Do not demand spectacle to validate this flow. Recognize the procession. You are already in the hallway of your answer. Mark this with me now. Within the next 24 hours, one small door will open. It will not be a loud emergency. It will be a gentle invitation, the reschedule that suddenly fits, the unexpected reply that lands kindly, the open slot that matches your availability, the quiet introduction that feels natural. Do not sprint. Test the grace. Pull gently. If it slides, it is yours. If it jams, step back and keep your peace. Say a slow yes that honors the calm I placed in you, and let the effortless yes carry you forward. I am not teasing you with almosts. I am ushering you into what is already moving toward you. Walk softly, chosen one. The door is opening. My child, stay with me. Let me tell you what has arrived first. It is bigger than a message, bigger than a meeting, bigger than a single opportunity. What has stepped into your timeline is an assignment of restoration, a bundled release that carries love, healing, and provision braided together under one decree. I have not only sent a person or a position, I have ushered in an era. This is a restoration window that corrects what neglect tried to normalize, that binds up what betrayal tried to make your identity, that rewires your relationship with receiving, so blessing no longer feels like a test you are doomed to fail. Hear me. This is not random favor. It is a scheduled restoration that has been approved in heaven. Understand the architecture. Romance in this era is not merely romance. Your heart is being reintroduced to safe love so your nervous system can stop treating goodness like a trick. This connection is medicine for childhood wounds that taught you to chase chaos and rehearse abandonment. I am placing you beside someone who does not profit from your insecurity, who will not mistake your boundaries for a challenge to conquer, who will not starve you for attention and call it passion. You will notice your body resting in their presence, your voice becoming honest without negotiation, your inner child standing at the door and realizing we are not in danger. That realization is healing, and it spills over into every room of your life. Provision now attaches to that healing, not as payment for being loved, but as fruit of order returning to your inner house. When peace becomes your baseline, you stop patching anxiety with purchases and start stewarding resources with wisdom. You hear strategy in your spirit that you used to miss because fear was too loud. You make clean agreements instead of desperate ones. You price your work with dignity because you're not trying to buy affection with discounting yourself. This is why I kept saying the blessing would not require you to betray your peace. I have tied your financial rise to your emotional order, so the increase does not leak through old fractures. Prosperity sticks when identity is stable. Abundance multiplies when boundaries are honored. And hear this assurance that cancels your quiet fear. What I have assigned to you is not fragile. Approved in heaven means guarded by timing and purpose. I have sealed this season in a way that cannot be stolen by those who did not sow into it. The only way to feel it slipping is to pour yourself back into the old cycle. Through overthinking, oversharing, and resurrecting attachments, I already put to rest. But even then, my mercy will tap your shoulder, recenter your pace, and hold the gate open while you step back into alignment. So breathe into the truth. What has arrived is wholeness in a bundle. Love that heals, peace that organizes your decisions, provision that respects your value, opportunities that honor your pace. You will taste it first as steadiness, then see it as doors that fit you, then count it as fruit that keeps showing up without panic. In a moment, I will tell you how to recognize the next step without chasing, and how to anchor this season so it cannot be stolen. Stay with me until the very end. The instructions are simple and the seal will be strong. My child, hear me with your whole heart. Your blessing is arriving. Your job now is to stop leaking energy back into the old season. 3 traps stand at the edge of your new timeline, eager to siphon the momentum I've placed in your field. Name them with me so they lose their power: overthinking, oversharing, and old attachments. Stay with me until the very end, because the way you handle these 3 will decide whether your arrival settles like a house or drifts like a rumor. Do not scroll away from this instruction. Disconnecting now would be like opening the windows during a storm and wondering why the papers blow off your desk. Trap 1. Overthinking, the quiet thief that turns holy signs into anxiety and converts alignment into analysis paralysis. I am not asking you to abandon wisdom. I am asking you to choose peace as your signal. When the mind begins to spiral, grabbing for more evidence, interrogating the repetition I already sent, drafting 5 backup plans for a door I have already opened, pause, breathe, place your hand on your heart and ask one question: is my peace expanding or shrinking? If peace expands, proceed slowly. If peace shrinks, step back and let me recenter you. Your new compass is not the loudest thought. It is the calmest truth. Do not multiply meetings with your fear. Whisper, "I agree with peace," and watch how the angels adjust your frequency. If you need a simple practice, take a 60-second stillness whenever you feel the hurry rise. No texting, no searching, just breathing, and I will finish the download without you forcing it. Trap 2. Oversharing too early. Exposing a delicate seed to wind it cannot survive yet. Precious one, every greenhouse has a door for a reason. The restoration I have planted in you is tender, not fragile. It needs protection while its roots take hold. When you parade what is still forming, you invite opinions, envy, and confusion to trample what was meant to grow quietly. Move in holy hush. Celebrate with me in prayer. Journal your confirmations. Choose one wise, safe voice only after consistency has emerged, when fruit, not fantasy, is visible. Practice a sacred delay. Hold significant news for 72 hours inside prayer and peace before you offer it to any circle. If it's from me, it will be stronger in 3 days, not weaker. Trap 3. Old attachments. Keeping a door cracked to what I already closed. This includes ghost-checking their pages, saving their number just in case, replaying highlight reels while forgetting the invoice of your peace, answering midnight pings that drag your nervous system back into court. Hear me. This is how timing gets tangled and destiny gets delayed by another painful cycle. Close the crack. delete the thread. Return or release what belongs to them. Mute what stirs the ache. You do not owe a courtroom speech. You owe your future a clean hallway. If they surface in the next 48 hours with noise that demands your attention, understand it as confirmation that your no is protecting your yes. So here is your posture. Move quietly, pray consistently, choose alignment over explanation. Let peace be your passcode. Keep your rituals small and your boundaries firm. Walk at the speed of grace and refuse to trade clarity for applause. Stay with me, because the final section seals the transmission and tells you exactly what to do next. And as you obey these safeguards, I will keep the gate steady, the timeline clean, and the arrival unshakable. My child, this is the activation. Stay with me until the very end of this moment and do not click away, because engagement here is not entertainment, it is a spiritual exchange. Your attention is an altar. Your agreement is a key. Participation signals to heaven, I am present for the download. I am on the line until the final seal drops. You are not trying to convince me to release what I have already released. You are aligning your frequency with it so you catch it clean, so it lands in your hands without slipping through anxiety or distraction. Breathe and let me orchestrate the last inches of delivery. Do this with me now. Sit tall, unclench your jaw, drop your shoulders. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 6. Again, one more time. Place one hand on your heart and one on your belly and say softly, I release the timeline. I let go of hurry and fear. I choose peace as my proof. Now release counterfeits. I close the door to panic offers. I refuse pressure as a teacher. I honor my boundary. My yes is holy. Allow your body to feel the difference as your nervous system steps out of negotiation and into knowing. Now declare readiness out loud enough for your own ears to hear. My waiting season is over. I receive what God approved for me. I am ready. Write it where your eyes can find it today. Type it as a public act of faith so your agreement is anchored in the earth. My waiting season is over. I receive what God approved for me. I am ready. Now, one more step of obedience. Send this message to one person who is quietly sinking. Someone you love is about to give up. This message is the rope. Your sharing is not marketing. It is mercy. When you become a carrier, you step into the flow of what you are asking to receive. The heavens notice when you multiply hope while you wait, and multiplication visits your house. Here is your confirmatory window as I seal this alignment. Within the next 24 hours, a marker will repeat twice, a name you have been seeing, an initial on a cup, a number like 222 or 777, a song lyric that mirrors your private prayer. Within 72 hours, a second, unrelated sign will converge with the first. Numbers and a name, a lyric and a phrase, a notification that reads, delivered at the exact second your heart asks, is it really on the way? Do not chase these. Receive them. Let repetition be heaven's highlighter, not your new idol. Peace remains the compass. Now breathe once more. Whisper, I agree with peace, I agree with timing, I agree with restoration. Feel the stillness settle. This is how you walk differently, unhurried, available, tuned. The release has already happened. Alignment is happening now. Stay present, chosen one. The final seal is next, and it will send you out walking like it's done, because the era of arrival has truly begun. My child, this is the closing seal. Stay with me until the very end of this breath, because I am binding what has been released. Your waiting season is over. Hear me with a settled heart. What you asked for has already begun arriving. Not theory, not tease, not almost. Arrival. Now your posture must match the promise. Walk like it's done. No chasing, no begging, no panic. You will carry this answer with calm authority, and peace will be the proof that you are no longer waiting at the door. You are walking through it. What does walking like it's done look like? You stop auditioning for what already bears your name. You answer from rest, not from rush. You allow plans to breathe, and you allow your yes to be clean. You do not argue your value or plead your case with what is already aligned to bless you. Your calendar reflects trust. You hold space for what matters and decline what taxes your peace. Your language shifts from "if it happens" to "as it unfolds." You do not force the river. You steer with a light hand because the current is honest. Your boundaries become invitations to respect, not walls built by fear. You move with the soft strength of someone who knows a table is set and has no appetite for crumbs. Let me gather the 5 proof signs into one crescendo so your spirit holds them as a single chord. First, your desire was purified. You reached for peace more than the pattern, and that was the turning of the key. Second, the weight lifted without an explanation. Your heart exhaled before circumstances shifted, because the new season was already pressing in. Third, the divine trail appeared. Numbers, names, phrases, songs, threading your path like heaven's highlighter, converging without your hustle. Fourth, the counterfeit knocked right before the real. Hot intensity, riddle talk, pressure tactics that exposed themselves the moment you held your boundary. Fifth, the effortless yes began. The door opened with minimal striving, clarity in the air, room on the timeline, kindness in the terms, no betrayal of peace required. This is not a wish list, it is your map. You are standing inside it. Now hear this final safeguard. Do not disengage from the instruction that brought you here. Leaving peace reopens old cycles. Staying consistent keeps the door open. Guard your frequency from the 3 leaks we named: overthinking, oversharing, old attachments. Move in holy hush while roots deepen. If anxiety spikes, pause and return to the breath and the decree we sealed. I release the timeline. My yes is holy. My waiting season is over. Your peace is your passcode. Your boundary is your bouncer. Your pace is your protection. I seal you with this assurance. You are chosen, you are not late, and you have not missed your window. Timing has been keeping you, not teasing you. The next steps will be unmistakable because peace will lead you in daylight. Repeat confirmations will arrive without your chase, and the door that is yours will not punish you for walking slowly through it. Rise now and walk like it's done, unhurried, available, tuned. I have spoken, the angels bear witness, and the era of arrival has begun. Go in peace, it is done.